I still remember the day I met Olivia, my soon-to-be adoptive mother. It was late autumn in Portland. The leaves were blazing crimson and gold, swirling down like whispered secrets. I'd spent 15 years hopping from foster home to foster home, my life an endless blur of new faces and forgotten goodbyes. But when Olivia walked into the office of my caseworker, everything felt different. Olivia was striking, mid-40s with dark shoulder-length hair that framed her sharp features in a way that commanded both attention and admiration. Her eyes, a deep emerald, held kindness tempered by a hint of mystery. She smiled warmly when introduced to me, offering a hand that felt soft and reassuring against my trembling fingers. "Hello, Madison," she said, voice calm yet powerful. "It's so good to finally meet you." I barely managed to mumble a greeting back, my voice nearly lost beneath the rush of emotions flooding me. It wasn't just her undeniable beauty that captivated me. It was the effortless grace and wisdom she exuded. Within days, my life transformed dramatically. Olivia brought me to her sprawling home, nestled comfortably among quiet, tree-lined streets. My new bedroom was elegant, filled with sunlight streaming through sheer curtains. It was the first space I ever had that felt genuinely mine. Yet, beyond the comfort of my surroundings, it was Olivia herself who truly fascinated me. Every evening we'd sit by the fireplace, sipping tea, discussing books and art, or simply sharing stories. Olivia treated me as an equal, valuing my opinions, something entirely foreign to me. Her laughter was melodic, her gestures effortlessly charming. Without realizing it, I began anticipating our evenings together more than anything else. Over weeks, I found myself studying her more closely, how her fingers brushed stray hair from her face, how her lips curved delicately when amused. Those subtle details sparked unfamiliar feelings inside me, feelings I couldn't fully grasp yet. I told myself it was just admiration, gratitude even. After all, she was the first person who made me feel genuinely seen. But one quiet evening changed everything. Olivia had just finished reading aloud a passage from a novel she adored, her voice resonating gently through the room. She caught me staring, her emerald eyes locking onto mine, holding me captive in their intensity. For a brief, charged moment, I felt something deeper, a connection that reached beyond a simple mother-daughter relationship. Confused, embarrassed, I looked away quickly. Yet even then, deep down, I knew something had already shifted. Olivia had awakened something within me, something impossible to deny. Days turned into weeks, and my bond with Olivia only deepened, even as confusion and guilt churned quietly inside me. Every subtle interaction felt magnified, her casual touches, warm hugs, or gentle smiles, each one sending an electric current through my body. I told myself repeatedly that these emotions were merely gratitude, but my heart stubbornly insisted otherwise. One brisk winter evening, while a gentle snow dusted the streets of our neighborhood, Olivia returned from a business dinner, her coat dusted with snowflakes that shimmered beneath the porch lights. She entered the house, cheeks flushed from the cold, breath misting slightly. "I missed our tea tonight," she said softly, removing her coat. Her voice held a note of tenderness that tugged at something fragile deep within me. "Did you wait up for me?" I nodded shyly, unable to meet her gaze directly. My heart pounded erratically in my chest, betraying the calm facade I desperately clung to. Olivia stepped closer, gently lifting my chin with her finger. Her eyes were kind, but I saw something else in them, a hint of curiosity, perhaps even vulnerability. "Madison, is something bothering you?" she asked softly, her voice barely louder than a whisper. My throat tightened. How could I possibly explain what I felt? Shameful warmth burned my cheeks. I shook my head, stepping back, breaking our delicate connection. "I'm okay," I mumbled. She studied me carefully, then sighed gently, a wistful smile curving her lips. "I'm always here for you, Madison," she said softly, her voice tender yet filled with unspoken depth. "No matter what." Her words stayed with me long after she'd retreated to her room. Sleep refused to come that night. My thoughts swirled relentlessly, consumed entirely by Olivia. Each memory, Each glance, each touch, seemed to crystallize into a deeper understanding. I wasn't merely fond of her. I desired her. And that realization terrified me. In the weeks that followed, I tried to distance myself subtly, hoping the ache in my chest might fade. Yet the harder I tried to pull away, the more she gently reached out. Simple gestures, making my favorite meals, surprising me with books I had mentioned, the tender sincerity of her smiles, all chipped away at my resolve. Finally, a cold night changed everything. The power had gone out during a fierce storm, leaving us huddled beneath a blanket by the fire, shadows dancing across the walls. Olivia's face, illuminated by the warm flicker, looked softer, almost ethereal. Without realizing it, I leaned in closer, comforted by her warmth. She turned toward me, her gaze intense, searching mine. Her lips parted slightly, her breathing uneven. For a heartbeat, the world seemed suspended between us. Then, as though driven by something neither of us fully understood, she gently brushed a stray lock of hair from my face. "Madison," she whispered, voice thick with emotion. "I've felt this too." Before I could process her confession, she closed the small gap, her lips meeting mine softly, hesitantly. The kiss was tender, full of longing and suppressed emotion, lighting a fire in my heart I had never experienced before. We pulled apart slowly, breathlessly, eyes wide with the stunning realization of what we'd just done. In that quiet, charged moment, both of us understood there was no turning back. The days following our kiss were like living inside a gentle storm, beautifully intense, quietly chaotic. Olivia and I moved around each other carefully, each glance and touch filled with cautious affection. Our relationship had undeniably transformed, blooming silently beneath the surface of our everyday lives. Yet, both of us hesitated to speak openly about what it truly meant. Perhaps because naming it would force us to confront realities neither of us was ready for. Despite our silent agreement to keep things subtle, small moments revealed our deeper connection. Brushing past each other in the kitchen, our hands lingered a heartbeat too long. At dinner, our eyes met, speaking volumes without a single word. Each stolen touch sent warmth radiating through me, eroding any lingering doubt or shame. The bond between us felt undeniable, beautiful, complicated, and profoundly right. However, beneath this tender euphoria lurked a painful anxiety. My mind swirled with troubling questions. How long could we continue like this, quietly hidden within the privacy of home? How would the world outside our comfortable sanctuary judge us? Fear of losing her haunted my thoughts. I'd waited my whole life to find someone like Olivia, and now, facing even the possibility of losing her terrified me. One evening, as spring arrived, painting our neighborhood with blossoms and fresh green leaves, Olivia invited some close friends to the house for dinner. I'd been nervous from the moment she mentioned it. Would people notice something between us? Could they sense the secrets we held? The guests, sophisticated, friendly colleagues of Olivia's, filled the house with laughter and pleasant conversation. Yet all I felt was unease. I stood off to the side, my eyes inevitably drawn to Olivia as she charmed the room effortlessly. Her presence captivated everyone, just as it had captivated me. Later, as the guests mingled, I stood by the kitchen doorway, trying to calm my nerves with a glass of water. Olivia found me there, quietly slipping away from the chatter. Without a word, she placed a reassuring hand on my lower back, her touch hidden from the others. Her warmth traveled through me instantly, grounding and comforting. "You're doing wonderfully," she whispered gently, leaning slightly toward my ear. "They love you. You have nothing to worry about." My heart fluttered at her closeness. "It's just strange," I admitted softly, glancing at her nervously. "I feel like everyone's looking at us. Like they can see." She smiled gently, a hint of playful confidence gleaming in her emerald eyes. "Let them look," she whispered defiantly. "They'll only see someone who deeply cares about you." Her bold words filled me with newfound courage. Perhaps we weren't something to hide or fear. Perhaps our connection was strong enough to withstand the scrutiny of others. After everyone had finally left, Olivia and I stood alone, watching through the window as the last car pulled away. Silence enveloped us softly, warm and intimate. Olivia stepped closer, gently placing her arm around my shoulders, pulling me close. "Madison," she whispered tenderly, "I've spent my entire life trying to please everyone, living by their rules and expectations. But with you I finally feel free. Truly myself." I turned toward her, moved deeply by her sincerity. "I feel that way too," I confessed, voice trembling slightly. "I never thought I could deserve someone like you." "You deserve everything," Olivia whispered back fiercely. Her fingertips gently traced my cheekbone, sending sparks through my body. "And you deserve to be loved fully, unconditionally." Her words opened something within me. Emotions I'd bottled away, fear, insecurity, and deep longing, all rose powerfully to the surface. Tears welled in my eyes, spilling quietly onto my cheeks. Olivia gently wiped them away with her thumb, her eyes shimmering with empathy and deep affection. "I love you," I whispered softly, finally brave enough to admit my truth fully. Her gaze softened, eyes glistening in the dim light. "I love you too, Madison. More than anything." Our lips met again, this time confident and certain, a profound declaration of our feelings. The kiss deepened, our mutual desire breaking free from restraint. It was tender yet passionate, filling every corner of my heart with a sense of belonging I had never before imagined possible. That night, we crossed a boundary neither of us could ever step back from. Our worlds merged fully, intimately, beautifully. Olivia's gentle hands and soothing whispers showed me a depth of love and care I'd never known existed. In her embrace, my fears dissolved completely, replaced only by certainty and trust. But even as we lay afterward, breath mingling softly in the quiet room, I knew the hardest part still lay ahead. Our love was beautiful but fragile. Society's judgment loomed ominously, a cloud threatening to shadow our happiness. Yet, as Olivia gently stroked my hair, whispering assurances into the silence, I resolved firmly to protect our love. Whatever storms awaited us, we would face them together, united by love, beautiful, fearless, and unapologetic. Summer descended warmly upon Portland, the sun spilling generously over the city, filling the air with the scent of lilacs and honeysuckle. Olivia and I moved into these brighter months deeply in love yet carefully navigating our new reality. The shadows of secrecy that once protected our relationship had begun to suffocate us both, whispering doubt and fear at every turn. We knew it was time to face the outside world, to declare ourselves openly, no matter the consequences. The thought was terrifying. Friends, neighbors, even strangers would have judgments, ready to label and condemn. But as the days passed, I saw clearly how much Olivia was suffering beneath the weight of our hidden truth. Her laughter dimmed slightly, her emerald eyes reflecting subtle sadness even in the happiest moments. It broke my heart to see her like that, and it became clear. For us to survive, we had to step out into the light. One afternoon, as sunlight filled the kitchen, Olivia stood at the counter preparing lunch. She moved quietly, almost solemnly. My pulse quickened with nervous determination. "We need to talk," I said softly, my voice trembling with anticipation. She looked up sharply, concerned at first, then quickly softening as our eyes met. She set down her knife and took a deep breath. "Yes, Madison. We do. We can't keep hiding," I whispered earnestly, stepping toward her. "You taught me to be brave, Olivia. Now we have to show that bravery." She sighed gently, her gaze tender yet heavy with worry. "People might not understand. They might judge us harshly. You're still so young, Madison. I fear what this could do to your future." "You are my future," I interrupted firmly, capturing her hand in mine. "I love you, and I can't imagine a life without you. If the world judges, let it judge. It can't change what we feel." Tears welled in her eyes, shimmering brightly beneath the sunlight. She nodded, gently squeezing my hand. "You're stronger than I ever was," she murmured softly. "If you're ready, then I am too." We chose to start small, confiding first in a few trusted friends. Olivia's closest confidant, Natalie, listened quietly, her face a portrait of surprise, then understanding. She embraced Olivia tightly, whispering words of support. To my relief, she offered no judgment, only kindness and genuine happiness for us. It gave us strength, knowing that perhaps acceptance wasn't as impossible as we'd feared. But, as anticipated, not everyone welcomed our truth so warmly. Whispers quickly spread, subtle glances became common, and judgmental stares occasionally found us as we walked hand in hand down our favorite streets. There were awkward conversations, cold silences, and the sting of rejection from people Olivia once considered friends. Each time it hurt, yet it never broke us. With every challenge, our love only deepened, solidifying our bond against external judgment. Olivia showed me courage daily, and together, we found strength neither of us had ever known we possessed. One clear evening, Olivia and I attended a local art gallery event, a public outing among people who now knew our story. Nervousness twisted my stomach, yet Olivia's comforting presence beside me kept me steady. Her elegant, graceful confidence drew admiration even amid judgmental whispers. She was a vision of strength and dignity. As we wandered through the exhibits, Olivia stopped in front of a striking painting. Two figures entwined, captured intimately and unashamedly. She squeezed my hand gently, smiling softly as she spoke. "It reminds me of us," she whispered. I turned toward her, warmth flooding my chest. "Because it's beautiful or complicated." She laughed gently, the sound returning brightness to my heart. "Both, Madison. And because it dares to exist openly." We shared a tender glance, our silent affirmation resonating deeply between us. Without hesitation, she leaned forward, gently pressing a kiss to my lips. Public, unapologetic, courageous. In that simple gesture, we claimed our truth boldly, finally embracing our love fully in the open. That moment changed everything. Though whispers continued, our courage inspired others, showing them the beauty of authenticity. We received quiet gestures of support, small nods of understanding from unexpected places. Our world expanded, filling gradually with acceptance and newfound friendships. Olivia became not only the woman who'd adopted and loved me deeply, but also the woman who had taught me about strength, courage, and unapologetic love. Our home flourished into a sanctuary not only for us but for anyone seeking understanding, warmth, and acceptance. And one day, beneath the golden embrace of an autumn sunset, exactly 2 years after I'd first entered Olivia's life, we exchanged vows privately, beneath a canopy of crimson leaves. Our promises were quiet, whispered only to each other beneath the softly falling leaves, a promise of forever love, fierce loyalty, and unshakable commitment. As she gently slipped a slender gold band onto my finger, Olivia whispered tenderly, her voice trembling slightly with emotion, "Forever and always, Madison." "Forever," I echoed softly, sealing our promise with a gentle kiss. In that moment, the world felt entirely ours, free, bold, and beautifully real. Love had chosen us, undeniably complex yet perfect, born from unexpected beginnings but blossoming into something genuinely extraordinary. And no matter what storms life might bring, we would brave them together, bound eternally by love. Unapologetic, fearless, and utterly beautiful.